Hey guys, it's Cash, and today I'm going to be talking about the tactics that human traffickers use to lure in their victims. The number one thing that a human trafficker is looking for is vulnerability. They want to find a young girl. They're looking for a younger age. They're looking towards a younger age demographic, first of all. So somebody about 13 to 17 is the ideal target for a human trafficker. So some places that they can find these girls, anywhere that teenage girls hang out. Malls are typically a good place where traffickers will be, and strip clubs as well. So the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to approach the girl and they're going to ask her, or they're going to tell her something like, oh, hey, how are you? Ask her how she's doing, and then tell her that she's beautiful. Now, in that's the key right there. They're looking for a certain type of response. Now, if it's somebody that seems like they're secure with themselves and they're just, oh, I know, they're not going to really bother with that person. But if it's somebody that seems like they're unsure with their physical appearance, then that is somebody that no, I'm not. Someone more like that is a target for a human trafficker. So a lot of times, and the first person that they meet is called a honey trap. I see on here that there's a lot of different things about honey traps. There's actually a trap with honey, which is funny. Whatever. They put it on the windshield or something, and so while the girl's trying to clean the honey off, that's when the trafficker will come and take her. But I'm talking about a honey trap as in maybe like a more attractive gentleman. This is actually a great example. I grew up in Chicago, so it was not unfamiliar to see R. Kelly walking around the mall by himself. Now, this was like 10, 12 years ago, back when he was in his prime of fame. So to see a celebrity just walking around a mall with no security or anything like that, you knew what he was there for. So he was most likely looking to lure in girls. And obviously, R. Kelly has a great allure because he is who he is. He is a celebrity. But that is exactly what I mean. So he himself, with his celebrity, was a honey trap for girls, to bring girls in. Now, celebrity also, it helps because they are who they are, so it's going to be easier for them to attract girls. But then if you have just this regular Joe Schmo, he's probably going up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 girls a day, doing the same thing every time. You're beautiful, testing the response and seeing if he can get them away from their friends or away from the mall or wherever that person may be. So when the girl ends up with this person, he might start a relationship with her. He might introduce her to things that she couldn't get necessarily on her own. So it's a lifestyle that this person's going to be introducing to this girl, and that is kind of what gets the young female hooked, or the person, the victim, hooked in that scenario. Another way that they find victims is on social media. Social media is a very popular way for these people to go about finding their victims, because there's no parents there. So all they have to do is send them a message, and this is why social media is so toxic. I talk about this. This is one of the reasons. So in terms of vulnerability, for a young female, and this is if they come from a foster home or something like that, if they are taken away, they're vulnerable. They're completely vulnerable. They have no choice but to play into the hands of their trafficker, because their survival basically depends on it. And that is the main objective of a human trafficker, is to make the victim completely dependent on the trafficker. And before these victims go to the streets or on tour or whatever they're using that specific person for, they're subjected to psychological, physical, and sexual abuse probably daily, on a daily basis, just to break down the psyche and control that person the way that they wish to control them. So that's all I have to say for today. If anybody has any questions, please comment down below, like, subscribe, and as always, God bless.